Hey guys, I'm here to review Divergent by Veronica Roth, and funnily enough, I really want to review this book because, well, I absolutely loved it, and I finished it this afternoon, so I really wanted to review it, but I know I'm a bit late reviewing it because everybody else in the book community seems to have read it and reviewed it as well. So I decided I wanted to read this book, and I have been up since, well, around 6 o'clock this morning, but I started reading this at about 7:30, so I finished this at about 1 o'clock. Um, I absolutely adore this book. I would even go as far to say that this book is the best book that I've read in 2011. Um, Firstly, the characters are just unbelievably awesome and just so real. Like, Veronica Roth has a way of creating the world of the different factions, which are erudite, dauntless, amity, candor, and abnegation. Um, and she creates such a world that is so beyond incredible that I just didn't want to do anything but read this book. And the main characters are Tris for Christina, Will, Al, and a few other characters as well. I can't tell you um, anything bad about this book. Firstly, the pacing was brilliant. I thought because of the length of this book that I was never going to be able to get through it, but then I caught myself looking at the page numbers, and I'd forget how many pages I'd read, and then I'd be like a massive chunk of the way through it already. Um, so in that way, it doesn't feel like you're reading forever and ever and ever like you do with some books because the pacing was fabulous. Um, the the way the action went on, it gripped you so much that you just don't want to put this book down. Um, the writing was, I could say, classic and awesome and amazing, but I don't think that those words could suffice. Um, as for the genre, I have not read much dystopian, and I know most of the book community will be like, "Oh my god, she's not read that much dystopian," and I'm like, in love with dystopian now. I I read one dystopian novel that wasn't, I don't know, you could say it was dystopian, you could say it was another genre, but that didn't really grip me that much, but this book was just beyond belief amazing. I even checked the publication date for Insurgent because I knew that one was coming out. So I will jump up and down with happiness when I actually buy Insurgent because I am so looking forward to it. I am. All I'm doing is gushing. I know. Um, the only thing I would say, and this is not a negative point, if you have not read it, go read it. You need to. And if you've not read much dystopian, I'd start with this one because that will change your view of dystopian or what you've heard about dystopian. And like if somebody said dystopian's not that good, this will change your mind. Go read it as soon as you possibly can. I even put down my book that I was reading to read this because the book that I was reading before wasn't really gripping me. So I thought, why not give this a shot? And then I did, and then I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And then that's what just drove me through reading the whole book. So I would give this book 5 out of 5 stars without a doubt. I would definitely recommend it to a friend. I would definitely recommend it to you guys, just as I have done, with a very gushy love for this book tone in my voice. So I'm sorry if I've annoyed you by being too overly happy about this book and amazed and just, it's just, I can't even explain it. I just loved this book, and I even recommended it to my mum, who doesn't really read that much, but I thought that she might like this one because I loved it so much. So we like share books sometimes, and if I tell her that she'll like it, she reads it, and we just gush about books together, and it's just awesome. And yes, I guess it's in the blood, this book obsession thing. Um, so yes, sorry about me just rambling through the whole 6 minutes of this video, but seriously, I if you haven't read this book, please go read it, just for the sake of loving this book so much and knowing how much I love it. Just please, please, please read this book if you haven't. Even though I'm sure most of you already have, because I just felt like a real outsider when I found out that I was the only one that hadn't read it. Um, but in case you haven't, please go read it. Please, 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 please. Just read this book. You will love it. Dystopian is awesome. I will leave now. Bye, guys!